Yo guys, Haku here with part 5 of my top 15 rankers explained. And this week we're going this video we're going to be doing numbers 4 and 3. So in our countdown, next up is number 4, the fourth highest ranker, the Ray Barracuda Uruk Mazano. Uruk Mazano's the current strongest active ranker because the top 3 are all considered inactive, and because of that it's kind of hard to compare the strength between the 4 of them, as the 4 of them don't really interact. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they've just about never interacted, maybe even never interacted. So it's kind of difficult to compare the strength between those top 4. Uruk Mazano is tall, handsome, muscular. He's got blonde hair and piercing red eyes, and he notably has the wing tree and his name tattooed on his back. They say that he has a really ruthless personality and that he's seemingly disliked by every woman that he meets. Uruk Mazano climbed the tower in the fastest known time, the fastest known time through ordinary orthodox means, which was 50 years. And I think they said that the average is around 500 years. So he did it in around a tenth the time that it normally takes for a ranker to make it up the tower. Somebody to make it up and become a ranker. He became the most famous ranker when he took on the special 100th floor test held by R.E.A. Hone and became the first of 2 to pass it. And that's where he had to survive R.E.A. Hone's attacks for 10 minutes, but rather than just surviving, he fought evenly with R.E.A. Hone. And his prize for that was, the prize he took for completing that was one of R.E.A. Hone's floors, which was floor 77, and he then gave the floor to Bayek Ryun, who put his forest there and established it as the stronghold of the Walhaik-song. As for what his sobriquet, the Ray Barracuda, means, Barracuda comes from the name of the most aggressive Shinheo in the tower, and Ray refers to his fighting style in which he uses rays of Shinsu that they say can fire at the speed of light. So that's Ray Barracuda, but also they say that sometimes he is just called as Barracuda. And of course we saw Uruk Mazano. We actually saw him in the series. He was in the Flower of Zygena arc. I'm not going to go through all of that because I'm sure you've all read it. And also he's the one that sent Kun Hachuling to tell Bomb that he wanted to meet him on the 77th floor. And of course that was when Kun Hachuling brought Liraro and Quant with him. Uruk Mazano excels at fighting in every single position, but he prefers to be a fisherman. And I think, yeah, his Shinsu color, like the color of the Shinsu he uses, is yellowish white. And of course we've seen a whole bunch of different Shinsu colors for all the different characters and whatever, but his is yellowish white. Yu Han Sung said that Uruk Mazano is the only person to ever use Shinsu without a contract that wasn't born with a contract like somebody from the 10 families. But I kind of question if that's totally true, because that would have to mean that, say, Enryu made a contract, and I wouldn't think that... Well, Bomb made a contract and he's an irregular, so I guess irregulars like Enryu may have also had to make a contract. I think Bomb used Shinsu without because he met the Guardian on the 2nd floor, so he did have to make a contract. And then Bayek Ryun, again, I guess that can be explained away, because Bayek Ryun controls Shinsu without a contract, but he was an orphan, so for all they know, he could have been born from one of the 10 great families. So I guess it makes sense, but we'll probably find out at some point if that's true or not. Uruk Mazano is known to have super speed, he can fly, and he can levitate, and he can stand on air as if it's solid ground. Also, he's rumored, but not confirmed, he's rumored to have a crush on Garam Zahard, and she hates him, of course, because pretty much every woman he he meets hates him. But it's also funny to note that Kun Edwan, Hone, and Bayek Ryun all really, they like or respect Uruk Mazano, so it sort of shows that though pretty much every woman he meets hates him, like, pretty much all of the men he meets like him. One incident that Uruk Mazano is mocked and called things like loser Mazano or things like that because of is that there's an incident where he broke into the ranking administration office and he held the deputy director, like he held him hostage and threatened him if he didn't raise his rank to number 1. But the deputy director said that if Uruk were to fight Phantominium, that Uruk would be completely destroyed, just completely wrecked. So Uruk, of course, then just left. He just left all sad that he couldn't get his rank changed to number 1, and he's constantly made fun of because of that. After that, he also went on to track Phantominium for a while in hopes to, like, fight him and surpass him, but eventually he gave up tracking him. Also, Uruk Mazano is a rumored drinking buddy of Lord Ju-chun. And one bit of trivia that SIU gave us is that despite the way he looks and dresses, Uruk Mazano is not a very good rapper. Alright, so with Uruk out of the way, now we move on to number 3. And of course, number 3 is King of the Tower, Zahard. King Zahard conquered each floor as he went up and established his Zahard Empire to rule over them, and the Zahard Empire spans all currently known 134 floors. Currently, King Zahard is rumored to be hibernating, and the word they use is hibernating, and while he is asleep, the 3 lords and the princesses rule in his place and carry on most of the day-to-day activities. It is said that when Zahard wakes up from his hibernation, he wants to start climbing again and conquer floors 135 and higher, and also none of his daughters, the princesses of Zahard, are related by blood. He, by some process, gives his power and some of his, just some of his power, he, like, gives a part of himself to them to make them stronger, and that's why the princesses are so inherently strong, because they have Zahard's power within them, though they aren't his blood children. Also, he's rumored to have 1 son, but it's just a rumor, and of course we know that rumor from the series, because everybody's trying to guess who his son is and things like that, and they think one day he'll return, and personally I think it's looking like it could be Karaka or Wangnan, and I really hope it's Wangnan. I would love for Wangnan to be the son of Zahard. I don't think I'd like very much if it was Bomb, because I feel like I hate when the main character is, like, too much of a special snowflake, like, that it makes them unrelatable. So I'd really love if Bomb just stayed an irregular, so he's cool, but he's not so unique that he's, like, the one true chosen son or anything. I think Wangnan, that would be a great trait for him, since Wangnan's more about his personality and his drive and his willpower, and not about his sort of fighting ability and stuff like that, like Bomb is. Karaka, though, I think I don't think I want Karaka to be Zahard's son. I think it'd be hilarious if Karaka ended up being a princess of Zahard or something. Since he has the ring, that would maybe explain the ring. I don't know. I think that'd be funny, though. But, yeah, moving on. The Zahard family is known to be the greatest authority in the tower. They've got the Royal Guard under them, the Royal Enforcement Division, and, of course, most of the, like, rankers in the Empire. So they are definitely the most powerful force in the tower. And what else? Oh yeah, their symbol. Their symbol is the 3 red eyes with 3 red dots. And there was a symbol in Bomb's cave that was 3 eyes, 3 dots, and a cross, but no connection has been, like, officially confirmed. But I'm just still hoping that doesn't mean that Bomb is Zahard's son. I think that would get just way too much into Mary Sue special snowflake territory. And lastly, they say that Zahard, when he fights, is ultimately powerful, especially in close combat. He's a very good close combat fighter. The best close combat fighter, of course, because he's ultimately powerful. But it's also said that no one born in the tower has the power to harm him because of a contract he made. So he's completely invulnerable to people that were born in the tower, so only irregulars can even harm him. So that's why they say that FUG is the closest to being able to kill him, because they're trying to gather the irregulars and maybe items and trying to figure out ways to kill him. Of course, given that they're probably really close in power, Enryu, Phantominium, or Uruk Mazano could maybe possibly do it since they are irregulars, but that is, I mean, none of them have shown any want to kill Zahard. So yeah, that's it for Uruk Mazano and King Zahard. And then next week I'll be finishing it off by doing numbers 2 and 1. I thank you all so much for watching. Like if you liked it. Comment down there, tell me what you think of these two characters. I really like both of them, and I know a ton of people like Mazano. I think Zahard's also really interesting. I think he'd make a very good character in the late story, of course. Subscribe for more Tower of God, The Walking Dead, One Piece, and a lot more. I'll do 3 videos on each of those series every single week, plus more stuff, of course. And follow on Twitter if you want updates whenever I'm posting a new video or whenever anything needs to be pushed back. I thank you all a friggin' ton for watching, and I'll see you all next time.